So let's say you found a skeleton. How would you tell it's a dinosaur? You personally, how would you decide?
Well, interesting question. I don't know. I'd have to do some research on that.
Hey everybody, welcome to Dapper Reacts. I am here with Vishanti and Kip as usual, and as usual, they are muted because they can't figure out when to shut the hell up for the intro. In fact, Kip is still right now mumbling under his breath about how to get a video rendered because apparently changing the resolution and the aspect ratio on a video, impossible for this guy. Just can't figure it out.
I'm working. Sorry.
I mean, I was working too.
Work sometimes.
I spent the last 7 hours animating.
I will not let Kip besmirch my good name.
Oh, there we go.
He was talking.
I'm
he
not
was mumbling to
besmirching
himself.
anything.
He
That's
was
fair,
not
yeah.
listening to a damn word
Vishanti
you
was
said
innocent.
when you're like, "Yeah, we're going live."
Not at all.
He was just
No.
mumbling, talking. I was quiet.
It's true. You were. My apologies.
And that, but that wasn't me besmirching Vish's good name.
That was me. That was me.
I
That's
will not
fair.
be.
That was
I
you.
will not
That's all
be
on you.
dragged
That's-
into this.
That's why I apologized, Kip.
Good. I'm happy you did.
Yeah.
You
I-
did the right thing.
Exactly. There we go. All right. We got a few
Already
things.
making my Godzilla suit thumbnail justified.
Fearmonger, the coelacanth, who's been a member for 39 months, says, "Wake up and smell the ashes." With an AIG as a bag of dicks, so we'll take a drink there for that emoji. Thank you very much. Ben Thick Tunicate, who's been a member for 34 months, says, "AIG are a hemisphere of hemipenes, and I will take a drink," because there we go. I'm assuming that neither of my guests know that last word.
Hemipenes.
Say what again?
Nope.
Hemipenes? I'm going to guess by that
Not off the top of
expression.
my head.
Yeah. That is the intromittent organ that is typical of lizards. Yeah. So
I
when
think I found it.
they have two hemipenes that then join together to form a channel for seminal fluid, which is then deposited into the female lizard's cloaca. And that's how you get baby lizards. Sex ed
That's
for reptiles with Dapper Dinosaur.
sorry. I should stop. I should pay attention, I guess.
to the
Yeah.
reptile sex ed?
Yes.
Yes, it's very
'Cause
important.
That's
I
the
was
polite
thinking pay
thing.
attention to other
to do.
things.
I mean-
but reptiles are cool too.
Yes. And if you ever wanted to breed pet lizards, you might want to know these things. Which I'm assuming you don't currently want to do.
I definitely don't have any intention of ever having pet lizards.
I mean, I've had pet lizards. I quite enjoy them. Ben Thick,
Cool.
also snakes count as pet lizards. If you have a pet snake, you have a pet lizard because snakes are lizards. So,
Right.
Ben
That
Thick Tunicate has gifted 10
sense to me.
Dapper Dinosaur memberships. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take 10 drinks. I've already added them to the fundraising count, and while I do that, I'm going to have Vishanti describe what her favorite letter in any alphabet is. So go ahead, Vishanti. You just gotta pick one. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No one's gonna call you on it.
All right, I guess I'll pick. I guess it's the little symbol that makes the ts sound in Romanian. To the English speakers, it looks like a T with a little comma underneath it. So whenever you are typing Vlad Tzepes, the Romanian on whose reputation the story of Dracula was built, it's not Tepes, it's Tzepes. Because the S also has a little comma in it. That's how you spell it.
Nice. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also would have taken letters from Abjads though. So if that I don't know if that affected
You
your
said
choice.
any.
I'm saying that I would also accept Abjads in addition to alphabets because I forgot to make that clarification. So that's just for future notice in case it ever comes up again with maybe Kip's favorite letter. He can choose from an Abjad if he wants to.
Oh, thank you. Because
Yeah.
I know so few alphabets. It's
I mean, how many do you know?
uh,
I'm assuming you know Greek, Latin,
yeah.
Cyrillic.
Not really.
All right,
I couldn't identify. I could identify maybe 2/3 of the letters in a Cyrillic alphabet.
Korean, Hangul.
Nope. No.
Do you know any of the various runic alphabets from Northern Europe?
Nope. Nope.
So I guess it is just those two, huh? And then abjads.
Yeah, that's it. And then abjads.
Wait, how many abjads
So-
do you know though? Because I know you know Hebrew, but what other abjads do you know?
Yeah. Aramaic
Okay.
and Syriac.
Okay.
Yeah, I could with the refresher Arabic.
Okay.
It's been a while. So
I like Arabic.
and then
but I also like Syriac
Yeah,
for the same
Arabic's
reason that I
beautiful.
like Arabic.
yeah, I do like Syriac better than Arabic.
I
but
won't tell all
it's,
the Arabs.
It's okay. They
I'm just glad you
they're
didn't say
a-
Akkadian because that is in fact not an abjad.
No, and it's not. I mean, yeah, and it's. I mean, what is Akkadian?
Akkadian is a
It's-
syllabary combined with some logograms.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. So it's hard to.
But what's your favorite
It's hard to
abugida?
like that, just because it's so.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I mean,
so many things I don't know.
you know, ancient
Why
Egyptian.
am I here?
Ancient Egyptian is an abjad combined with logograms.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And my favorite
That's
abugida,
another
by
one
the
I don't
way,
know.
is the Ge'ez/Amharic abugida. It's great stuff. You
Hmm.
just look at it in a big
looks
text. And
very
looks
cool.
Very, very cool. All right, we have a couple more super chats, including one big one here. Let's see. Tad is mad for $5 says, Hatikva, everyone, except Kip, never Kip. AIG is a duffel of dongs with a Godzilla, and we'll take a drink. Thank you very much.
Man. If not for me, nobody would know about Hot Tikva.
I'm not
I'm just-
sure
I'm
that
just
would
putting
be
that
a
out there.
bad thing, considering how dumb it is.
It's a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful thing.
Okay. Ben Thick Tunic at
That
them
we can
for
all share and
£50
laugh.
says, for the goal, AIG are a troubler troop of presidents whose name aptly rhymes with dump. I'll take a drink. Thank you very much. All right. So we'll go through how everyone's doing, and then we'll get into this. Unless, of course, you guys super chat enough that we just never get to it, which you can do. You have done it before, or at least come close. So, Vish, how you doing?
You're gonna have to be way more specific than that.
How
You
has
said
your
this to me
day
yesterday.
been today?
That was a better recovery than that.
Funny.
Okay. Funny haha or funny strange?
Funny, haha, because I got
Okay.
to watch 50 Cent's Super Bowl commercial.
Yes, that you showed it to me. That was actually pretty damn hilarious, I gotta say.
Diabolical.
Ooh. Damn.
He did 3 disses in 48 seconds. That man is on
It was
some timing.
amazing. Seriously. Wow. All right, Kip. How about you?
Mhm.
I'm doing good.
Mhm.
I had delicious pizza last night for
Nice.
$20,
Nice.
which was amazing. And then I dozed in and out of my regular Friday night obsession, and then I was up until like 2:30 in the morning.
Oof, that's early.
So
or late.
yeah,
Both. It's
or
both.
late. It
Yeah.
depends on how you look at it, right? So, but yeah,
You went
yeah,
to sleep, and then like 2 hours later, I
doing
woke up.
good. Yeah, right. Was it 2 hours? Was it well?
I might have been 3
no,
hours because
because
the time changed.
you're. Wait, yeah, no,
Yeah, it was 3
we're in the
hours.
same time zone right
Nope.
now, aren't we?
Nope. Technically,
we're
we're
not,
never in
so
the
it
same
was
time
3
zone, but
hours.
it's usually the same time for us.
You just move. No, it's not true. You just move back and forth.
No, you
People
move
are
back
saying
and
that
forth.
I'm
I stand
Out
still.
of sync.
Oh, you might want to hang up and come
Well,
back and see if that
let
helps.
me-
Sorry about that, everyone. Let's see.
Okay. Maybe that'll fix it.
I don't know. Say something.
I don't know.
Oh,
We'll see.
looks
I
pretty
mean,
good to me.
it's
All right,
Okay,
every
well,
once in
it
a while,
was-
with you especially, I have audio desync problems, and it's not common, but it happens every once in a while. And I don't get what it is. Discord just hates you, I think.
Ghost in the Machine.
All right, so me, it's been a weird day. I woke up at like 4 a.m. And then I was like, maybe I'll try to go back to sleep. And I did that for like 20 minutes, and it didn't super work. So then I got up, and made some coffee, and took a shower while the coffee was brewing. And then I started animating, and I've been animating for nearly 7 hours. And I finally finished animating, and now the frames are up on Sheepit, so I can relax a little bit. But now I have this, so it's a very full work day. But then also, I got a package in the mail. I was very confused, right? Because it says Dapper Dinosaur, which usually indicates that someone has gotten me something from my wish list. But the sender was Baron of Dice, not Amazon, which is where my wish list is. So that's a little weird. And then I looked at my wish list and was like, no, there's nothing purchased. So I start opening it, and the first thing I notice is that this package smells like orange oil, which is weird. And I was like, did someone send me essential oils or something? And how would they get my address? And why would it be sent from Baron of Dice? It turns out it was actually my nice, shiny, unblemished, glossy stock Trench Crusade rulebook that I got for backing the Kickstarter like 2 years ago and forgot that I had ever even done that until it arrived. And I see a Trench Crusade rulebook and I'm like, how the hell did I get a Trench Crusade rulebook? And then I was like, oh, I backed that Kickstarter with my Dapper Dinosaur Google email. So that's
funny.
yeah, that's how that happened. But like, I'm just the
Nice.
whole time I'm sitting here, I'm like, what the heck is this? So yeah, my plan is basically, I'm going to do the show. We're going to watch a couple episodes of Monarch Legacy of Monsters afterwards over on my Discord. And then I'm going to see if I want to
Great
take a
show.
nap or read a rule book. And we'll see what happens. So
I'm going back to work after this.
I'm done working after
By
this
the
for
way,
the rest of the weekend.
Actually,
No, I'm not.
Nice.
No, I'm not, because Vishanti and I have a show tomorrow, which we're going to talk about later. We'll talk about that after the break, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I have a show tonight,
Oof.
which I will talk about later as well.
But
But it's a fun show.
Well, that's good. The Screen Geek says for €5 for the goal. I still don't fully understand what the weird English thing is, but it is hilarious nonetheless. What else are we doing today? And I realized I just forgot to set up the goal. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say that if we just get to the chat revenue amount that would be associated with that, then we're good. Which means I have to do math, which is lame.
Oh, I'm famously good at math.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay, what's 30 times 5?
150.
There you go. That's the number we got to get to, and then we'll do it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I got a present this week. I keep forgetting to mention it on my live streams, but I got this from the guy who did the cover art.
Oh,
We know the cover art for the book. He sent me this. You see what this is? It's
Is it a
very
tie?
cool. No, it is.
belt.
It's a bandana.
Ooh,
See that?
it's not paisley, so I
is.
never would have guessed.
No, but it's a Metal Moses bandana.
Nice, cool.
Sweet, eh? So I like it.
Oh wait, I skipped Tad is Mad super chat. I thought I got yours. Let me
It
double
is
check.
Awfully big though.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, you did. I saw Hut Tikva and I was like, oh no, I got that one. Sorry. Tad is Mad says you put Hut Tikva in my brain, Kip. It's your fault. I am like this.
Yes.
From Tad is Mad for $5. I'm sorry. That I swear, I saw that. I saw the Hot Tikva, and I was like, all right, I already read that one. I'm good. And then I just scrolled on down. Sorry about that.
I enjoy remaking the world in my own image.
That's fair. Also, I gotta say, we are keeping track of Vishanti's fundraiser, and it just hit $5,000. So thank you very much. So, and we are counting those for goals today, not for the super chat goal, because I screwed that up, but for like, getting fancy avatars or making me wear a tutu or anything. My Unfinished Journey for $6.66 says, "Hail Nero, hail Daps, Kip, and Vish, and hail English as she is spoked." Did I put spoked? No, I put spoke. Okay, just making sure with a fist emoji. Thank you very much. I'm like, wait a minute, did I screw this up? All right, so we are here. Okay, I always say that we're here to watch these videos, but it's always the thing we spend the least time doing. So I'm going to stop pretending that's why we're here. But the fiction about why we're here, the framing device, if you will, for this show, is the video. The video in this case, in case this is your first time or you just missed the last few weeks or something, is a live stream that was done by a guy who runs a YouTube channel called Signs and Wonders. He's Nick. He's the guy with the AI angel avatar on the top there. And he brought in his amazingly stupid buddy, Fat Ass Dog, sometimes Fat Ass Dog Emperor, who is the guy who has the AI beagle with the AI crown on the bottom there.
Wait,
and
so
they
sometimes he's Fat Ass Dog Emperor.
Yeah, his channel apparently is
As opposed
Fat
to
Ass
the-
Dog Emperor, but here he dropped the E, and so he's only here as FAD, which apparently stands for Fat Ass Dog. Which, like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
I'm not going to nitpick people's screen names because you know what? I don't always have the same screen name everywhere, so it's fine. That's one thing I'll give him is you can have whatever dumb screen name you want. I have dumb screen names too. Although at this point, most of my screen names have gone to Dapper Dinosaur because that's how people know me. It was a little weird. I was playing Space Marine 2 with someone, and they were like, I said I had to get to work after this, and they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you doing for work?" And I was like, "I'm making a YouTube video." "What's your channel name?" "It's my screen name, man. It's just Dapper Dinosaur." There you go. That's how I appear in game. So anyway, this video is taking a look at an infographic that is basically major steps in the history of the evolution of humans from like the beginning of life onward. And it is produced by a group called Visual Capitalist, and I have no idea about them except that they made this image. It's a weird name to me because I don't even know what it would mean to be a visual capitalist, because you know, capitalist usually either refers to someone who you know, is a fan of like
Capitalism,
or is someone who owns capital. And those don't always overlap, but they often do. Yeah, I guess I don't know anyone who owns large amounts of capital who isn't a capitalist, but I do know people who are capitalists in the ideological sense who don't own large amounts of capital.
Yeah, I would push back on that because there's a lot of people in this world that are like, I'm a capitalist, and they own no capital whatsoever. And I'm like, you're not, though.
Well, that's what I mean when
You're
I say
not a
like the
capitalist.
people who are fans of capitalism. Because
They just need to call themselves fans of capitalism or something, because saying that you're a capitalist when you have no capital is just like, that's silly to me. So,
I mean,
welcome to one of the things I will actually insist on being pedantic about.
I'm enough of a
Especially-
descriptivist that I'm like, man, whatever.
Well, especially for one of these guys, because they're just real dumb.
Well, to be fair, I don't know that these guys are identifying themselves as capitalists. They just found this image. It was produced by a group called Visual Capitalists. I don't know that they... Look, they seem like right-wing nutbags, so they probably would identify as capitalists, but I don't know that. So, yeah. For all I know, maybe they're feudalists. Go
Good
even...
luck becoming entitled. Good luck getting peerage.
Hey, maybe if they go and fight enough wars for the king will grant them some land. You never know.
Man, I got peerage, and I didn't even have to fight any Ottoman Turks for it. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Especially since, as far as I know, there aren't too many Ottoman Turks rampaging around the Romanian countryside, so, you know.
Hey, my job's going to be real easy then.
Yeah, although I do every once in a while have to remind you that makes you honor-bound to defend the Eastern Orthodox Church in Romania, so...
Well, at the
that
moment,
reminds me.
they're not doing things that I find morally abhorrent. I don't
Fair
think
enough.
so.
They probably are somewhere in there, but not too bad, apparently.
But you just reminded me that Jay Dyer is Eastern Orthodox, and
I'm sorry?
you know, that guy's terrible.
Well, just like all other
but
religions, you can find some great and some terrible people within the Eastern Orthodox Church.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. But I watched a really nice dunk video from Professor Dave this morning on
Yeah, me
Jedi,
too.
So
Oh my
that made me happy.
god.
I actually did not know that that guy was Eastern Orthodox until you just told me. I don't know that it changed
Oh, really?
anything for me. I will say this
That
though.
video
Oh yeah, it was
was
brutal.
just wildly. That guy was wildly anti-Semitic, doing
yeah.
the literal happy
Holy
merchant.
cow,
it just-
right?
Wasn't
and
he
Dave
like
not
he
catching
was-
it at first?
Yeah, and he was even rubbing
then
his
going-
hands together.
Yeah, and he was like, he didn't catch it at first. He just focused on the voice, and I'm like, damn, I envy that kind of like not having to just.
Nah, he
fall into
figured
this
it out.
mental state. But he caught it like the second time. Was like, oh, okay, and also I'm not Jewish anyway, but all right, you jerk.
It is one of my favorite things when people just accuse people of being parts of demographics just because they don't like that demographic, even though that person that they're
Right.
accusing isn't part of it. It's just like you'll tell like some straight content creator or something like, you're just gay. It's like, okay, I'm not, but like, so what? Or you'll tell like Professor Dave, I'll bet you're Jewish. It's like, well, it's not, but like, what would it change?
Have to do with anything.
Yeah. Ben Thick Tunicate for £5
yeah, and- Go ahead.
says, what happens first? GRRM publishes the Winds of Winter, or Dapper, Kip, and Vish get to the end of the Young Earth Creations video? I'm voting Winds of Winter.
It's good.
Yeah. Although I still think that he's
Also,
going to die
Pebble
before he
Punk-
finishes the series.
Seriously, Pibblepunk is trying to push back on my singular instance of prescriptivism.
Guys, I don't want to have a fight
You have
about
to
the
be part of
definition
a collectivist
capitalism.
state that owns the means of production in order to be a socialist, because it's weird to me. These terms don't work the same way. Y'all need to either figure out when I'm being tongue-in-cheek or learn that I really hate capitalism and I hate people who are fans of it while also not being actual capitalists that own capital. That's just, all right, so you fantasize about generating your own personal wealth off of the backs of other people's labor. Okay, that's weird.
Technically, you don't have to use other people's labor to own capital. You can use your own
That is
labor with your
true.
own capital. In fact, technically,
true.
that's what I do.
But also, it's one of those things where, like in the United States specifically, the idea is like, well, if I can start my own business, then
Yeah.
I can have workers that I underpay to generate wealth for me. And it's
There's a reason
a
I
very
don't have
American
employees, and it's because I don't think I could adequately pay
nonsense.
them. Not because they wouldn't be
Simping.
useful.
Yeah.
All right, so
And it's like, hey, if you have employees, just pay them fairly. It's not
Yeah.
that hard.
well, I mean, it is if you want to keep all that money. Yeah. All right, so in this video, we just got done talking about Carpolestes, which is one of our earliest primates that we have. It's not quite the earliest, but Fad here was confused about the fact that according to this chart, Carpolestes is where primates lose the ability to metabolize to metabolically synthesize vitamin C, and they have to get it from their diet. First, he thought that meant that only primates have vitamin C in their bodies and that no other animals before them did, which Nick had to correct. And then he thought it meant that apparently primates have to take vitamins in the form of like supplements or something. And then Nick had to correct him like, no, they just get it from their diet. And then he still seemed to think that no other animals had vitamin C. And then Nick again had to correct him that they actually could metabolize it, because Nick at least has like a 5th grade reading level, it seems. And Fad seems to be somewhere around 2nd grade, in that he can understand whole sentences mostly, but like he can't put them in the context of a wider work, even in a work as simple as this image. Tad is mad for $5 says, stop being so mammalian, Dapper. Apparently YouTube blocks that word in super chats because it's a slur against reptiles.
Interesting.
That's
Wow.
weird. Okay. YouTube, stop
Reptilian
blocking.
Because
YouTube
is it because of the
secret
lizard
rulership
people?
Confirmed.
Yeah.
we
it's because
can't be prejudiced against the lizard people.
No, it's not okay.
Right. It's no.
Which, by the way, we're now $43 away from the goal. And then my unfinished sock for $5 says, don't be an abusive capitalist, like and share the stream instead, with a tongue out winky emoji. Thank you very much. All right. We're going to hit play and we're going to hear what they have to say right after Nick I think, managed to figure out what Fad's malfunction was and correct it. And so I guess we're going to go on to Egyptopithecus. Hopefully. By the way, you guys, we still have 15 minutes left of this.
Wow.
Yeah.
15?
15.
Really?
It's possible that towards the
Wow.
end they just start shilling stuff, and we're not going to watch that.
We don't
So,
care about that.
Yeah, if they're just like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. No, because you should be
And buy
subscribing
beef
to
tallow.
I don't care if you buy beef tallow, but whatever. But if you're going to buy beef tallow and then you're going to cook fries in it, let me know that it's beef tallow first, because maybe I don't want secret surprise meat. Maybe I just
Possibly
want
not.
vegetarian fries, which I know, crazy, right? Let's see. Galileus Galilei for 100 Argentinian peso says, I can confirm only primates have vitamin D. Vitamin D's nuts.
These nuts.
There we go.
Ching.
Thank you. All right, here we go.
And then we become some gray-looking monkey.
Yeah, this thing looks like Curious George.
Okay, guys. I
Does
need you
it?
to no. But I need you guys to understand that the colors are arbitrary and they're just chosen by the artist. That's it. That's all that's happening.
Yes.
All of the colors up until we get to like maybe the humans, where we have some color data for some of these things,
So,
just made up.
what is it? What is this one called?
Egyptopithecus.
Egyptopithecus. This is
It's also
And-
drawn incorrectly. It shouldn't have a tail. Egyptopithecus did not have a tail because it was in fact an ape.
Oh, okay. So this was an ape,
Mhm.
and it was from how long ago? So these are extinct.
Oh yeah,
now,
everything here
right?
on this chart,
Yeah,
except I believe for the
everything
very
here on
last
this chart.
bottom animal. Yeah.
I see. Okay, got it.
Also, it says claws become
But I'm just-
nails. I'm pretty sure it's earlier than that. Whatever. This is
I
not
just
a
don't
scientific
believe these
source.
guys have ever read a Curious George book.
They probably had one read to them.
Actually,
Actually, I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure
They
I've ever
feel-
actually read a Curious George book. I've had them read to me.
is
But I
that
don't know.
right?
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever
Oh.
read one.
It's a really long time since I've read one. I was but a wee lass.
I mean,
I
was
really
definitely
liked Curious George.
I did too, but I'm just not sure that I ever myself read one instead of having a parental figure
Having it
read
read.
one. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Dapper, maybe you will have the answer to the knowledge which I seek.
Okay.
There was a French fry company that was in like U.S. malls throughout like the 90s and 2000s, and they had like the best French fries that I might have ever had in my life. And they used peanut oil. And they served them in these big blue cups, and I haven't seen them in years, you know. But those fries were
And you're asking me for the name of the company?
Peanut
Do
oil.
you happen to remember the name of that?
I do not.
Or someone in chat.
If
someone in
anybody
chat
the
might, yeah.
chat.
If you do,
But
Yeah.
this is also
Vishanti.
like this is something that like I saw in malls in
Don't
like,
lie.
the deep south. So this is not something that would be, oh, this is just West Coast. Like I didn't live on the West Coast then. So
Yeah. but it might be just the South.
it could be. We do
Alright.
have some Southerners in the chat.
I bet often we do, don't we?
We get people from
We
all
had
over
a
the place.
did you guys have we had a French fry company up here in Canada for a long time called New York Fries. Did you guys have New York Fries?
New York isn't even
Boardwalk
in
fries.
Canada.
Thank you, Heather.
No,
There
we
it is.
we have a
Stop
a
stealing our
Canadian
geography, Canadians.
a Canadian pizza franchise called Boston Pizza. That's
Get your own
100%
cities to
Canadian.
name
Fries.
things after. Make it Winnipeg pizza or something. Come on. Boston.
No, but nobody would buy Winnipeg pizza
Why would they buy
Nobody.
Boston
Is it still
pizza?
around?
because Boston's
Maybe?
exotic. I don't.
Boston is not exotic. Have you ever been to Boston?
Oh yeah, several
It's
times.
not exotic.
It's
It just has
true.
funny accents. That's it.
I was just there
Well, parts
actually
of the city have funny
in
accents.
Boston.
Well, yeah. All
Hey,
right.
Kip,
Yeah.
the
Uh-huh.
Boardwalk Fries Company website, the latest news on their website is growing strong in Canada, new location in British Columbia.
Ooh. True.
So was it boardwalk fries that you were thinking of?
Boardwalk fries,
yeah.
Yeah.
Kip, you'll have to go
I
find them.
feel like I've heard them. I feel like I have heard
So
of them
good.
before.
Oh my god,
truth
there's
be
even
told,
the classic blue and yellow stripy. Oh my god, weird, y'all.
I almost never buy like go get food at like a French fries place. Almost
seems
never
like
do that.
yeah, the chat is telling me that it looks like they're still around. They're just only apparently in Georgia, Maryland, Virginia, and Washington D.C., but then also
And
several
BC.
In
Canadian
Canada.
locations.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna hit
Richard's
play.
3648 is pointing out that Hawaiian pizza also comes from
It's
Canada.
true.
Fun fact about Boston pizza: it was started by an entrepreneur in Toronto named Jim Treeliving, who went on to be one of the original. It was one of the original dragons in the Dragon's Den, because that was also originally a Canadian show. And yeah, and his son became an NHL general manager, who for a time was the general manager of the Calgary Flames and is currently the general manager of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
What about the Toronto Blue Jays?
Nobody cares about the Blue Jays.
I don't know.
You're only saying that because the Dodgers beat them.
No, I just seriously nobody
Just kidding.
cares about it's
I don't care
baseball.
about
Who
It's
baseball.
also
cares?
the
Who
only
cares about
other
baseball?
I'm on-
Toronto team I could name, so there's that. They might have a soccer team. I don't know about it.
only
Yes,
care about
that's the one.
baseball
Thanks, Tad.
when the Dodgers are winning and are like going to the World Series. That's the only time I care about that.
I'm going to hit
baseball.
play because all this talk
Just-
about French fries has made me thirsty, and I need an excuse to drink,
Yeah,
but we don't
I'm-
have one yet.
I'm remembering the fries and looking at all these photos, and I'm literally my mouth. is watering right now.
Ah,
I
no, I'm gonna
I have
get
leftover
fries.
pizza.
Kind of, but he's
Mhm.
great.
It's called a.
Man-
What the? That is stupid. That's a.
Oh yeah,
stupid
do it,
fucking
guys.
name.
You can do it.
No,
No.
he's already said it's a stupid name because remember, everybody, what's
You
stupid is the
can't
stuff that
read
Fad
it.
doesn't understand, which means there's a lot of stupid stuff out there because Fad understands virtually nothing.
Edgio Pitha Pocket. Yeah, it's so stupid.
It's literally
So
you just go through.
stupid.
Guys, maybe these guys were going through school when like they decided to just ditch phonics entirely, because that was a thing that happened in the United States. But like,
You know what? It
just sounds it
They,
out, man.
I don't think they understand. Stupid names are not names that you can't pronounce or are too long to read or to understand. Stupid names are things like Doge. That's a stupid name.
That is a stupid name.
right.
Oh my God.
That's oh
Is there a
This is unrelated, but I need to tell you before the thought evaporates.
okay?
Reddit
do it.
8 months ago, so this is recent, said there's a boardwalk fries in the Atlanta airport terminal. The next time I go to DragonCon,
Nice.
Go.
your girl's gonna get some boardwalk fries, baby. Yeah.
Then it says
Yeah.
it
Oh, sorry.
develops a menstrual cycle.
So there's a few things.
It's
One
funny
is
because
I-
it's menstrual.
I don't know how widespread human-like menstrual cycles are. I know that chimpanzees and bonobos have them among primates. I suppose I should have had Erica here for this because I'm sure she would know. It is something that's pretty unique to primates. And yeah, like Kip was implying, it seems like the only reason that they're finding this at all amusing is because sex. Seems like that's it.
Right.
Because basically these
But
guys
also,
have never progressed
they don't
beyond like
know how-
scatological and sex-based humor.
they also think periods are funny and gross because they don't understand how women's bodies work. I wouldn't be
That too,
shocked
yeah.
if they
Mhm.
are one of the guys that believe like women can just control their periods by will.
Yeah, you just concentrate hard enough, your uterine lining will stay in place for longer. That's just how it works.
God, I wish.
I mean, I heard that if it's a legitimate period, then your body has a way of shutting that down. Is that accurate?
I haven't achieved that level yet, apparently. Go.
All right, I'm just gonna take a drink for how dumb it is that these guys cannot just mention the idea of menstrual cycles without apparently feeling
Without
like that's
giggling
absurd and giggly.
and-
Yeah.
That's
All right, here we go.
definitely drink worthy.
And Dero neutrality, so it became a night and day creature?
No.
No, diurnality means that they are awake during the day, like you. It contrasts with other things like crepuscular or nocturnal.
So, are we considered diurnatal? Would it be diurnatal?
No,
then
you're
is
diurnal, which means you have diurnality.
diurnal?
Coma diurnal.
Diurnal.
Yes.
Okay.
Humans are diurnal. Now, individual
Okay.
humans may have different sleep cycles, like whatever, but by and large, humans have arranged everything about their lives and their societies to focus primarily on the daylight hours. Meaning
Can-
that humans are, for
can
the
I-
most part, diurnal.
Can I tell you something funny about Bible college? Because there are some funny
No.
things
Sure,
about
go ahead.
Bible college. I'm going to do it anyways.
why'd you ask?
I was just being polite.
Okay.
I had an Old Testament professor in Bible college who was like the most prototypical old school evangelical Old Testament professor there is. And he used to say that when it got dark, he stopped working, which is not, I mean, that's a good idea. It's not a bad idea. If you have the wherewithal to do that, yeah, then by all means, go ahead and do that. But then went on to say that, if God really, and he just stopped doing everything when things got dark, because if God really intended it for us to continue to do things in the day, then he wouldn't have made it dark. And artificial light is just, I guess, defying the natural order of the creator. It was weird.
Oh,
He was a
all
weird
right.
guy.
Oh, I feel like, dude, if you just get tired at night, you could just say that. You don't have to make it a theological point, but whatever.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Galileus Galileo for 100 Argentinian pesos says, talking about scatological humor, the two largest lakes in Bolivia are called Titicaca and Pupu in Quechua. Nice.
Lake Titicaca.
I like it.
I bet they snicker at that one too.
Probably. You know that Lake Titicaca has freshwater seahorses?
Neat.
Yeah.
Wow. Are they like teeny tiny little guys?
I don't
that
know
are
how
super
big
cute?
they are. I would have to look that
Oh.
up. It also, if I remember correctly, has frogs that defend themselves by breaking their finger bones and shoving the jagged shards of bone through the flesh of their fingers to scratch at things.
Wow.
It's like Wolverine.
Yeah.
Serious. Like, evolution's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Imagine if your primary
Wow.
form of self-defense was breaking your own bones and then shoving them through your skin to stab people.
It's literally just Wolverine.
Like, yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
Also,
Man.
if you have what's the
His original
thing?
bone claws.
Is it trypophobia? Is
Yeah.
that the thing where you don't like holes? Okay.
Yeah, it's clusters of holes.
Yeah, if you have trypophobia, don't look up the Suriname toad.
Did
No. Nope.
But if you
Nope.
don't have
feel like
trypophobia, then look up the Suriname toad.
Dapper.
somebody help me
I'm
out here? But
cross-conscious
I
blinking.
feel like did the original Wolverine have bone claws? I feel
Yeah,
like that
before
was
he got the
that was a
adamantium, yeah.
later.
No.
Which is why I
Well,
said
I thought
just
the-
now, it's like his original bone claws.
Yeah, but isn't that like I'm thinking of, because I could have sworn that the original like in the when in the 70s when he, was he introduced in the 70s or was it the 60s, that it was just a metal laced skeleton, and then the metal claws were inserted
All right. Are you talking
into the arms.
Are you talking
Okay,
about his
so-
first appearance or like
like
chronologically
the
in his
like
life?
the old school
Okay, well-
version of Wolverine? I don't think had the
So-
bone claws.
As a
Yeah,
Marvel
Tad is saying bone claws are a
fan,
retcon.
Yeah, so the thing is like the narrative story is that his mutation gave him healing and bone claws.
Yes.
And
Mm.
again, narratively, not chronologically, he, participated in the Weapon X program, and they coated his bones in adamantium.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I don't think that
Yeah,
counts as a
that's-
retcon. That's just giving a backstory.
well,
Yeah.
you know how
but,
backstories go; they tweak it across like
True,
decades.
but I'm just saying, like, I don't
There's
think the
Yeah.
originality of the bone is necessarily a retcon. Was that ever contradicted?
Because-
Was he said to have ever been like
See-
born with an adamantium skeleton?
Well, nobody. No. That's not what I'm saying. Because I remember when I remember when I first read about the bone claws, going,
Mhm.
that's kind of dumb. But just because I've been reading Wolverine comics for years, and my assumption was always that he was injected with the adamantium, had his skeleton reinforced with this stuff, and as part of the process they constructed the metal claws and inserted them into his forearms. So
Also, comics continuity is always just
Always
good
iffy.
luck.
Oh, speaking of adamantium,
Always.
here's a fun thing. If you're starting at a higher level than level 1 in D&D, such that your DM is giving you an uncommon magic item, but your DM does not give you a price limit for the uncommon item, I just want to point out that adamantium armor is always uncommon, and you can just say it's plate if there's no price limit. So just start with adamantium plate armor, because you're level 5 or whatever, you probably shouldn't be able to afford plate armor. Doesn't matter. Your DM just gave you permission, which is why my level 1 fighter, level 4 wizard that I'm going to be playing in Chesh's upcoming game starts with adamantium plate armor. And you can't take it off him because he's warforged. Anyway, we got a couple super chats here. Tad is mad for $5 says, this I equals wasn't the first time Thomas Edison defied God, and it wouldn't be the last. You know what? Yeah. Also, I just heard, or I saw a tweet, or maybe it was a post on Blue Sky. I don't remember exactly. But it was Thomas Edison would love AI, and I mean that in the most insulting way possible.
Yeah. Derogatory.
Yeah, or the most derogatory way possible. Thank you. Metageeky
Yep,
Platypus
correct.
Librarian for $2 says, Suriname Toad, how to get trypophobia with the Mothra. Yes, exactly. If you didn't have it before.
Also, yeah, Nethar6 is the Wolverine person in the chat and is clarifying that in his first appearance, which was in a Hulk comic, the claws weren't part of Logan's body. He wasn't even a mutant then. He was just a Canadian special agent. So, yeah, his story has taken a turn.
Was he even originally Canadian?
Of course, yes. Come on.
He's always been Canadian.
Nether 6, maybe you can help me out. There was actually a Marvel branded Canadian mutant group, and I'm Alpha Flight. Thank you. That's what it was. And I think was he a member of Alpha Flight, or was he just
For a while.
a special
He's kind of been
guest?
He's not necessarily a team guy. So
nope. But I used to love the Alpha Flight comics because lots of them took place in Calgary.
I'm hearing that the Titicaca seahorses might be extinct. Boo. We got a hit play.
No.
Wonder all these trans weirdos believe in that bullshit.
I'm just gonna take a drink for random transphobia for no reason.
Wait, what are we like? What is the argument here? The trans
there isn't one.
Weirdos believe what?
Here's the connection.
Bullshit.
Here's the connection.
That's connected
trans
to
men.
What?
Trans men tend to menstruate. They find menstruation icky, and they also find trans people icky. That's the entirety of the connection. There is no argument. That's all it is. Is there's three things they think are icky that are connected in one tenuous way. In that, some trans people menstruate, which isn't news.
Do you?
Yeah, no.
Do you think they actually even know that?
Yeah,
I'm not giving them that much credit.
It just gives them the ick.
They know that there are trans men whom they would consider to be women pretending to be men, and I'm sure they know that those people menstruate.
Right.
Type of bigotry has situationally dependent borders. So when you say, well, what makes a, this category? And they'll say, oh, it's blah, 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 blah. And then when you point out very sanely that, oh, so if someone can't menstruate, then they're not a woman. They go, yeah, and you're like, oh, congratulations, your mother, past a certain point in her life, is no longer a woman.
Mhm.
Well, that's not what I meant because blah blah, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because they just find it icky, and they're just going to change their standard depending on the situation. They're going to come up with ad hoc. Just shut up. Just tell them to shut up.
Yep.
All you got to do.
Yeah, they probably believe. Oh yeah, we had menstrual cycles in the while we were
I will say, most trans people do indeed believe that menstrual cycles evolved before humans because most trans people aren't fucking morons.
Didn't you know there weren't menstrual cycles until the trans ideology appeared
Oh,
20 years ago?
You think you're trans? Well, I bet you didn't know when menstruation evolved. First of all, there's a fair chance that they probably had some idea. And second, what difference would it make?
Insanity.
What difference could it possibly
just-
make?
Wow.
Oh. Tell you what, hey,
Wow.
100 years ago, nobody menstruated.
I know that I have a few trans people in my audience. Please let me know if when menstruation evolved was a factor in you discovering that you're trans or any of the various transition activities that you underwent. Please let me know. At me. I'm very curious.
Oh, you're gay? When did sexual selection become a thing? Checkmate.
Yeah, basically.
God, these people are so dumb.
Wait, you have sex? When do you think genitalia evolved? If you don't know, then you're not allowed to have sex. Like, okay. Tad is mad, sends 3 trans rights flags, then says, this guy, right-facing arrow,
Into the sea.
wave. Yep, into the sea.
Mm-hmm. Or in Yiddish, one of the very few things I do know in Yiddish. Yakakanaf and yam.
Wait, Yiddish borrowed the word for sea from Hebrew?
Is that
Can you
surprising?
just repeat what you said and think about it this time?
So did Yiddish borrow the word for sea from Hebrew?
One more time. You're gonna get it, I promise.
Probably not. Because I know there's a lot of loan words, but I
Did
just don't know
did
which
a
ones.
Jewish diasporic
Hey.
language borrow Hebrew?
Most of the words are Germanic.
Think-
I don't
think-
know what
think
the
about
patterns
that.
are.
Think about that for 2 seconds.
They didn't borrow the word for friend or father or brother.
Wow, it's almost like it's, like a
Hey,
separate.
I'm allowed to
language.
not know which words are borrowed in a language I don't
really
speak.
doing a job proving you're not a linguist.
But you why even ask?
Linguists
You
don't know
clearly
all-
understand that they did. Why even ask the question? It
Because
just you
it's a
answered your
basic
own
word. It
question
tends not
by
to be the kind of
asking
word
it.
that
It's-
gets-
I mean, what, is Vish gonna say
It's the
no?
kind of word that
no,
doesn't tend to get
Dapper. They
borrowed in
didn't borrow it from
languages.
you.
Languages
What
don't.
is the kind of word that
It
tends
tends
to
to
get
be
borrowed
technical
in
jargon are more likely to be
languages?
borrowed. Basic vocabulary words are
God.
rarely borrowed in between languages. That's why in an average English utterance, virtually all the words are Germanic, but in like a technical manual or like a scientific discourse or something or philosophy, most of the words are borrowed.
Dapper. DM Wing says the Hebrew word for friend is melon.
That's the Elvish word for friend.
Shut up. No, it's not.
I read the Lord of the Rings.
loving until
I did not.
Look, I'm allowed to be surprised when basic vocabulary words are borrowed. It's okay.
I read 37 pages of the Two Towers.
That's not where you're supposed to start.
Well,
Kip, I think you and I had a similar thing where like I had read The Lord of the Rings and I was like, all right, yeah. And then I got like a little bit into the Two Towers and I just was like,
Wait, did you read the entirety of the Fellowship of the Ring, Kip?
no.
Yeah, see, he
I
just
didn't
started in the
really
middle.
know.
okay.
I just started in
Stop.
the Two Towers.
That's
So are you suggesting that I would have liked the Two Towers had I read Fellowship?
well, it certainly would have made more sense.
No, I knew
Yes,
this. I mean,
I just-
I knew the structure of the story going in, so it's not like I was lost.
Kip, if someone had never seen Star Wars but knew stuff about it from like pop culture, would you suggest that they start with The Empire Strikes Back?
I wouldn't say it's a bad place to start. That's for sure,
I
because The
would.
Empire Strikes Back is maybe the best of the movies.
I mean, I would say it's inarguably
So
the best, but
if you start in The Empire Strikes Back, you will figure out what's happening.
I think you would enjoy it more if you started
before
with A
too
New
long.
Hope.
You might.
I would.
Okay, no, you probably would.
Yeah.
Right? But that doesn't mean you wouldn't enjoy it.
Right. I'm not saying that.
And anything of that, anything of that measure, should be able to stand on its own merits.
I mean,
I am sure there were people who started with the Two Towers. I am positive I'm not the only person.
Here's another thing.
Who did this.
Tolkien didn't write it as 3 books in a trilogy. He wrote 1 book, and then the publisher was like, dude, this is way too long. We're breaking it up.
Wow, what would that have looked like?
So
boy, that would have been a goddamn gigantic book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
you
just
can
like
buy
the
a copy
original
of it.
Samuel.
Yeah. So like it's not just that you're starting with the second book in a trilogy. You're starting 1/3 into a 3-volume novel is really what's happening, which is a weird thing to do. And I'm not saying that you would like the entire novel if you started from the beginning. I'm just saying you should probably start a novel from the beginning. We have another super chat here that we've been neglecting. Let's see. Naramda puts for $5 says, okay, but I feel like Yiddish is like half Hebrew and half German, right? By word count, that might be, but the average utterance in Yiddish is still primarily going to be Germanic, just like in English. Did English borrow words from older forms of English? Actually, I don't actually know, because that is a thing that languages have done from time to time, is like go look back at previous literary words and bring them forward. I can't think of any, but that doesn't mean it hasn't happened. But also, Yiddish is Hebrew is not an older form of Yiddish. They are not at all the same language. They don't descend from each other. Yiddish is a form of German that was spoken by Jewish populations in Germanic areas that then borrowed from the unrelated language Hebrew, and also used the Hebrew alphabet because, well, that's what they were learning in Hebrew school. Galileus Galileo for 100 Argentinian pesos says, everyone here is wrong. The best Star Wars movie is the Christmas special.
Get out.
You know what? I always did want to see a elderly Wookiee being aroused by a singer in a hologram, which is a big part of that movie, in case you're wondering.
Right-handed Sith says, with Tolkien, start with the Silmarillion.
No, that is
Yeah, you weren't going back far enough.
No. Look, the Silmarillion is... Maybe if you would really enjoy reading over and over like First and Second Chronicles, then the Silmarillion will hold your attention. But if that's not you, then...
Exactly.
Tad is mad for $2
Seriously.
says, Tolkien's editor, we don't have that much vellum. All right, I'm gonna try to get through a little bit more of this video.
But why can't I do it when I'm fully involved?
Do what? Menstruate?
What?
It's not a thing people do intentionally. It's just a thing that happens.
When are we going to
They
stop
also don't
evolving?
evolve
Like, is
fully.
there an endpoint there?
Do
yeah,
they?
no, there is no. I guess you could say that the endpoint is extinction. You're not going to evolve past that.
you made
That's
it.
the goal.
You're
Extinction.
done.
Yeah. Like,
So, Fearmonger in the chat says Hebrew script is probably a worse option for German than the Latin script, except Hebrew actually has gutturals
yeah.
that it can easily indicate.
But the other thing is that, unlike Semitic languages, Indo-European languages have vowels as like really important parts of words that skipping over makes it a lot harder to read, which is not as true for actually Afro-Asiatic languages broadly. So like, it's better for consonants, I'll say, and it's worse for vowels. And overall, I think the Latin script might edge out the Hebrew script just a little bit, but not by a lot. Neither one is good. Germanic languages should have stuck with the runic alphabets, and sure, update them for writing on paper or vellum or whatever. Give them curves, but like, you guys had your own alphabet that you developed, granted, based on the Latin alphabet, but still, you made it your own. And then later,
Yesterday,
like Saint Boniface comes around, and you're like, forget this. This guy burned a sacred tree to Odin. I guess it's time to switch to a worse alphabet. No, you didn't have to do that.
Also, yesterday we were talking about how vowels are just kind of like, yeah, just do whatever you feel like.
I mean, not in Indo-European languages, though.
I mean, in a lot of languages, English, we were talking about the California vowel shift. We were talking about
But those are orderly
well,
rules.
first of all,
based
that English
shits.
has a lot more
Way
vowels
too
than
many.
any sensible language should have.
Yeah, that's true. Even Hawaiian, which is mostly vowels, has fewer vowel phonemes than English, which is like, come
That's
on, guys,
crazy.
come on.
Menstrual
I'm just
cycle.
Picturing,
It's like-
I'm just picturing William Shatner going, "But I want my vowels. I need my vowels." Sorry.
Yeah,
Ray
women were
Dombiance
always women.
writes,
Even back
every
then.
language
Yeah,
should
women
have a
were always-
bespoke writing system based on its phonology.
Wait, are they going to tell us that?
Have you heard of Mongolian?
Are they about to tell us that women monkeys are a thing? Because that's not a thing. There are no women monkeys. Woman is a gender category in humans. So I guess, okay,
Yeah.
let me correct that. All women are monkeys, but most monkey species don't have women. Because technically humans are monkeys. So if you're a woman, you are technically a monkey. So there is that. Only monkeys have women, technically, if you want to get very, very specific, but only a very small group of monkeys. Well, actually, also the most populous group of monkeys in the entire planet. It's complicated, is what I'm trying to say. But these guys are dumb because the animals they're talking about don't have women. Tad is Matt for $2 says English is a conlang invented to troll the French.
France
Ironically,
responds with ultra French.
ugh. And ironically, it was largely invented by French people, which is not actually true,
Yeah.
but like it was heavily influenced by them.
It was. Also, just to explain, Depraved Ambiance is saying, like, vowel shifts are not do whatever. In context, I will clarify. We were discussing vowel shifts as one explanation for how certain modern English speakers pronounce their English vowels. So, the example that I was using is that a lot of North American English speakers have a very pronounced vowel, the eh, when they're trying to say I, and you get words like Semitic, and the way it comes out with a lot of North American English speakers is Semitic, and it makes me want to claw my eardrums out of my ears, but
Don't do that.
yeah, and one person in the chat, I don't remember offhand who it was saying, hey, that might be attributed to the California vowel shift, that specific instance. Like, okay, and we were discussing it. So that's where that came from.
Galileo says French is a conlang made to rage bait romance speakers. That might actually be true. Man, have you ever seen linguists try to analyze French as polysynthetic? Because I have, and that was a wild thing to look at. Like if you actually take seriously the definitions of words about like phonotactic rules and syllable boundaries and whatnot, really French isn't actually a synthetic language. It's actually a polysynthetic language, like like Inupiaq. It's like, okay, cool.
What if we didn't pronounce most of the letters that are written? But also, what if we like stuck some, circumflex markers in there to indicate where letters used to be, but we just don't feel like putting them there anymore?
Yeah, like what if our word for like stop is arrêter, but like we just put a circumflex over the e there because there used to be an s there. Like
Yeah, there used to be an S there.
Just don't.
Like the word for beast.
Bet,
It used to have the S there, and now it's just bet.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we just don't feel like it.
Same thing for island, il, circumflex over the I. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know about your historical pronunciation that I don't care about French. Good job, everybody.
They're just gloating at that point.
Yeah.
As women, even back then. Hey, how's it going, Agent KK?
I'm guessing that's someone in their chat. Yep, and yeah, they're going to say that prehistoric apes were women who menstruated, and that apparently, for some reason, the fact that they're attributing womanhood to now extinct apes who had no such concept, and the fact that extinct apes menstruated is apparently some kind of argument against the validity of trans people. I can't imagine how that logical train goes, but then again, transphobes aren't known for having the best logic. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do,
It's emotional.
so that I can take a little bit of a break from just absurd transphobia that I didn't actually know was going to be happening, because I usually don't platform transphobia, because I mean my trans audience members go through enough. But I wasn't aware that it was coming up, so we're stuck with it now. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab myself another beer, And you guys can enjoy once again, the same Star Trek trailer because we had a few absences last week. So instead we did an art stream instead of playing the game, which Kip skipped.
Hey, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I was streaming, so
What a jerk.
if I had known you were doing an art stream, I would have redirected to your art stream, but I didn't
We
know.
took exactly the amount of time we needed to, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we did.
I'm not actually upset about that. Tad is mad for $2 says French is so complex that it colonized itself. All right. Well, please enjoy the teaser trailer for the next episode, which is hopefully this week, but who knows? And we will be back in just a little bit. Next time on Star Trek Endurance.
Security Officer's Log, Stardate 60672.8. The Kongzi is docked at Narendra Station for secondary warp core replacement, after we ejected it in an attempt to save the USS Ontario. I have been temporarily assigned to station security by Admiral Herbert. Apparently there has been a theft from a locker in one of the archaeology labs. Some Tilical artifacts from Alpha Tauri 2 have been stolen and I am in charge of the investigation. Of course the captain has made the crew of the Kongzi available to assist me and the Admiral, and she is anticipating the new warp core will be operational in a matter of hours. The theft of such important artifacts directly from under the noses of both Starfleet and the Klingon Defense Force is troubling. Hopefully, I can get to the bottom of this and the culprits will be brought to justice. Ideally, including the return of the artifacts. Tilical technology is extremely dangerous, and having it in the wrong hands could spell disaster for the sector.
Discovering the identity of the culprit does not prove to be particularly difficult for a security officer as skilled as Tech, but finding them out in the Shackleton Expanse is another matter. If they find the perpetrator, that will be the least of their worries, as the stolen technology proves to be as dangerous as Tack feared, and it is most certainly in the wrong hands. Can the crew catch up with the thief and recover the artifacts before disaster strikes? Find out next time in The Orion Heist, only on the Top Hats Off channel. And we are back. Well, at least most of us are. Kip said to go ahead without him, so I went ahead without him. Cassie Clearly, who's been a member for 3 months and is at the Amniote level, says, knowing when menstruation evolved didn't affect my transition decision, but I bet these 2 bags of AIG don't know about trans hormone cycles. They probably don't. I'm guessing that they don't, yeah. Because while trans women don't menstruate, they sure do have cycles with hormones that are not too dissimilar. So, well, I mean, assuming that they're on enough hormone replacement therapy, because you don't have to do hormone replacement therapy to be trans. Take a drink though for the AIG joke. All right. So now that we're back, real quick, I want to say thank you so much to everyone who helps support the channel, whether it be through super chats, through joining the channel memberships, through the Patreon, helping render for me, for which there are directions in the what do you call that? The description. That's what it is. So we are also hoping to get Vishanti's fundraiser funded, which is why we're going to be talking about a show coming up, presumably tomorrow. I believe that is what we are landing on. Yep. Looks like it's tomorrow. So tomorrow, over on Erica Gutsick Gibbons' channel, Dan Stern Cardinal, Vishanti, myself, and obviously Erica, because it's her channel, we're going to be taking a look at what Rob Stadler and James Tour have to say about the Lenski long-term E. coli experiment, while also directing people towards Vishanti's fundraiser, which is currently at 83%. So we don't have that far to go. But yeah, so please head over there. When that link goes live, I'm going to get it as fast as I can, send it to people on the Discord, put it out on my Blue Sky, link it on my channel in the the community posts. And yeah, we're going to try to make that as big of a thing as we can, because, well, we all love Vishanti, and we want her to be living places that are not the streets. So there we go.
I could be from the streets, but I don't want to live on them.
Right.
Literally.
So yeah, that's what's going on there. And do remember, if you want to get us to like Fancy Avatar or Bent Gets Free Pizza, you can also give there. Further, I want to say that we are, I believe, $23 away from the Super Chat goal that I am just simulating here, which means that Kip will be able to drop F-bombs if he wants, and I won't even get angry about him. Also, Galileo says, are you telling me this Siberia trans my orchestra? Yes, I am. All right. So, Kip may or may not be back. We don't know. He's been lost in the wilderness of Canada, the frozen Arctic North. Unlivable.
Are they saying we came from a damn rat? No.
That's true. They're not saying that, because there are no rats on this chart. You just don't know what a rat is. You just think a rat is apparently any generic smallish animal, or, well, mammal. I'll give you that. Because they did call other things lizards, which they seem to think is any just smallish generic non-mammal animal. Well, tetrapod.
Saying we came from all this garbage. A rat was just one of them.
No, actually, it wasn't any of them. Let's take a drink for them not knowing that a rat isn't on there at all. Vishanti, do you know what the genus for the rat is?
I mean, I have a guess, but it's probably not correct.
It's
so
Rattus.
You should probably just tell me.
It's Rattus. It's that simple. It's like gorilla. You know what the genus name for gorilla is? It's frickin' gorilla. So, are there any rats on here? No, not a single one. There also aren't any gorillas on here, because gorillas aren't ancestral to humans.
You missed all the other fun stuff. You used to
What?
be an anal. Used to be an
Oh,
anal worm, a tapeworm, a seed. You used to be a.
Seeds weren't there. Anal worms aren't a thing. That was just them mixing up what the difference is between having a post-anal tail and having an anus is. Because they thought that the evolution of the post-anal tail was the same thing as the evolution of the anus, which it's not, and you can tell it's not, because the noun there is tail and not anus. The anus part comes in an adjective that's post-anal, which means behind or after the anus.
Crocodile thing used to be a
No crocodiles.
log of crap. And then, yes, you did come from a rat, according to them.
No.
Guys, Carpolestes is already in the section labeled primates. Vishanti, I know that you're not a taxonomist, so maybe you don't know this. Are rats primates?
No.
What are they?
Not primates.
They're rodents. They are rodents. Yeah.
What are you saying there, bro?
I see a puppy.
And
Hi,
Which puppy is this?
That's Dagon,
It's Dagon.
the abomination of the Philistines.
And the
It's the
author of
abomination of
the
the
book that
Philistines.
Kip has published under his own name.
then after the rat, you become some lemur thing, and then you become a
There actually are also no lemurs on here because, again, humans aren't descended from lemurs.
panther.
Oh yeah.
Nope. Also, no panthers. That's even dumber than the rat. At least rats are more closely related to humans than most other mammals are. I'm taking a drink for panther. Are they talking about Carpolestes? Is that what they think is a panther? Do they just not know what panthers look like?
Look at that dog.
Goopdo3 for $2 says no such thing as anal worms. Incorrect. It's AIG. You know what? I'll take a drink for that. That's fair.
Nice.
Landon, no, my good. What is it new that they're putting the blue color on super chats because that makes it eye searing whenever a
Yeah,
Whoa.
it's 'cause
A
of
mod
the-
When
chats.
a
Yeah.
mod.
Yeah,
This is not your fault,
That-
Landon.
Wow.
I'm complaining at
That
YouTube, not
hurts.
you. Yeah, that is eye searing. I have to look at it and like
this
the
is
color
me.
is just.
I get to
ugh.
take a pot shot at the Florida Gators color scheme because it's blue and orange, but it's specifically royal blue.
Why? Why would they do that? Make the other color like green or something. Like, geez. Anyway, Landon Knoll says for $19.99, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and latitude. Hi, Dapper Dinosaur. Hope things are improving for you, Vish. With a thumbs up. Cheers with clinking beer glasses. Dr. Kip from the other side of the
Of Zero
Zeroth
Avenue.
Ave. Oh, okay. P.S. Ice is a bag of AIGs. They sure are. We'll take a drink for
Yeah, they
that.
are.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
There is a
Oh,
there is
Apparently.
a Zero Avenue on either side of the Canada-US border here in the Lower Mainland, and they're separated by a ditch.
Okay.
Cool.
It's Trudeau's ditch. That's what it's been nicknamed by Landon, at least. By the way, we are currently 23 cents away from letting Kip drop F-bombs and doing a little bit of a reading from English as she is spoken.
Wow.
Kip's like, I could.
That's
just-
not much at all.
No, you could just super chat it right now for a buck.
If I could. If I could.
Oh, okay.
We all
Templar
know
Warden, who's been a member for 3 months,
I
says they
figured
can't
that
even
out, yeah.
read what they are looking at now. No, they never could.
No.
Nick
No.
can kind of read it sometimes, but for the most part, no, they have zero reading comprehension skills. It's kind of amazing, honestly.
So I think I'm just the shields next to the mods is new too, isn't it?
Yes,
I
that
don't
was like
remember
as of
seeing it
yesterday. That
literally
was fully
happened
implemented.
Yeah.
in the middle of a stream.
Yep.
I think is it Tuesday, Wednesday,
Wow.
something like that. It was this week. I was in the middle of a stream and I had to refresh, and it went from being wrenches to shields.
Oh, the wrenches are gone.
Yeah, no more wrenches.
Well, that's lame.
Yep.
Damn it.
But at least now,
Why do they
pretty
have to
much
take the wrenches away?
because they switched it to a shield. Because now the
I do
moderators
not
are our
approve.
guardians. They guard the chat from the evil actors and the bad actors and the trolls. Whatever.
Yeah, and then Curious George, and that's where
I think your connection is bad, dude.
my connection.
No, his connection is fine. It's probably yours, Fad, but that's okay. Let's see. Dengo Hive? I'm not familiar with this one. I'm sorry. If I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, please let me know. But for €2 says AIG is a bag of borrowed seals and ship rodents. Thank you very much, and I will take a drink for that.
It also could be Dango Paw the Fourth.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't even know. But anyway, that is in fact getting us to the goal, which means it is time for, let's see, I believe we did 4 pages. We're going to do 4 pages of English as she is spoke. All right. So here are some common sentences in English that you might want to know. Let's see. I am catched cold in the brain. I am pinking me with a pin. I dead myself to envy to see her.
Wait, sorry, I missed it. What are these?
These are common English sentences that you might want to know about. You can use them in
This
everyday
is that's
language.
just it. This is not
Just
a
phrases.
special category for
Nope,
this.
these are just phrases.
Because some of them are like have categories, don't they?
Yeah. This is the
But
phrase section.
there's none. The phrase. This
Familiar
is just
phrases
phrases.
is the section.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I take a broth all morning. I shall not tell you than 2 woods. Have you understanded? Let him have no. Have you understand they? Do you know they? Do you know they too? The storm is go over. The sun begins to dissipate. Which prefer you? And that's which spelled like the person who casts spells, not like which, as in which glove should I wear. This is which prefer you. Yeah. The paving stone is slippery, with a PH. Slippery. The thunderbolt is falling down. The rose trees begin to button. The ears are to length. Kip, are your ears to length? Anyone ever
The
told you that?
ears are too late.
Let's
no.
see. Sharon Lane K2B
I
for
think-
$2 says, I still get wrenches, not shields. Godzilla. That's odd.
That
Wonder
is.
what makes the difference. Huh. Well, that is weird. Maybe it's a regional thing. Maybe Sharon Lane is from not America. Let's actually recently Chesh was accused of being a Democrat, and I found that to be amusing. Given that, lots of
Canadian?
Canadian Democrats out there.
That is
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's like,
Well, isn't Raphael Ted Cruz from Canada?
Well, there are a lot of.
well, he was born in Canada, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he has
Yeah,
Canadian
Finnegan is also
citizenship,
not a
though, does he?
Democrat.
Up here too.
Whatever.
I don't think he has Canadian
I
citizenship
don't think
because
so.
most places, even with birthright citizenship, don't grant it to people who are born on military bases of a foreign military. They get the military parents' citizenship.
Yeah.
He also lived in Calgary for a time.
Ugh, sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
The hands
We all felt
itch
it.
at him. Have you forgetted me? Lay him here apron. Lay him here apron. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Help to a little most the better yours terms. Don't you are awakened yet? That should must me to cost my life. Are we in the
That-
canicule?
Must me.
That is a good question.
to
Are
cost
we in
my
the
life.
canicule? Guys, 1 in the chat if you think we're in the canicule. 2 in the chat if you think no, we are not in the canicule. No budge you there. Do not might ones understand to speak. Where are their stockings, their shoes, her shirt, and her petticoat? Oh, sorry, not petticoat, petlicoat. There's an L in there. Let's see. Ones can to believe you. Ones find modest the young men rarely. If can't to please at everyone's. That's the whole sentence. Okay. Take that boy and whip him too much. But not T-O-O much, just T-O much, which, okay. Take attention to cut you self. Please don't do that. Don't take attention to cut you self. Take care to dirt you self. Dress my horse. I hate
Do that instead.
Yeah,
Yes.
dress my horse. I hate it when my horse is naked. It's so annoying. Since you not go out, I shall go out, nor I neither. There we go. Got that one. That may dead if I lie you. What is it to who want you? Why you no helps me to? That's actually a good question. Kip, why you no helps me to? See, he has nothing. He has no response to
I got
that.
nothing. No, none.
Upon my
I'm
live.
still trying to. Yeah.
All trees have very deal bear. That's okay. A throat's ill. Sure. Oh, and here we go. We're actually going to end on this 3rd page because that's the end of first parts, is what it says. And the next part is familiar
First
dialogues,
parts.
and we'll start that next time. So, you catch cold ones. You make grins.
It's a question. Are these questions?
You make grins is not. But this next one is, will some mutton? That's a good question. Will some mutton? By the way, I think 2 is winning, so I don't think we are in canicule. Let's see. Will you fat or slight? Will you this? Yeah, Vishanti, will you this finally after all this time? That's a no. Vishanti will not this. Will you Aban? That's also a good question. Will you make
Is
who?
that the present tense of abandoned?
It might
Aban?
be. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was
Except it's two
wondering
words though.
myself.
It's A space BON. Will you Aban?
Oh no.
Yeah.
That tracks because GM Truth is just real dumb.
Remember at that time that he misspelled his own name in the credits to his own Superman fan
Mm.
film? That was amazing.
And the fact that he's balding, so he wears like a bandana, but he also insists on growing out these nasty doo-doo dreadlocks.
Well, that's because he's trying to be Torah compliant.
I don't really remember where locks are a requirement for people in the Hebrew Bible, but okay.
I guarantee
Also,
you
white
that
people,
despite that
locks
fact,
are not for you.
tell that to all the
Don't
Vikings
do
who
that.
had dreadlocks. That's actually a real thing. Like
GM
actual.
Truth is not a Viking.
Well, he's okay, but that's also true. Let's see. You not make who to babble. You not make that to prate all day's work. You interrompt me. Yeah, you know what? Kip does that a lot. Kip, why do you always interrompt me? What's up with that? All right.
Interrompt?
Yeah. INTEROMPT. It's a very cromulent word.
It's a very cromulent word, yes.
Mhm.
I don't feel like I interrupt. I'm not the primary interrupter.
I
On
don't
this
know if
show.
I agree with that.
I
Let's see.
I think that's 100% true.
You mistake yourself heavily, and you come too rare, far too rare. All right, guys, that is some pages out of familiar phrases from
Oh.
English as she is spoke, or a jest in sober earnest. So thank you very much for getting us to the super chat goal. We have a couple more things here. Galileo says, people who just got here wondering why no one is helping Dapper, who is obviously having a stroke. Correct. And then the Planet Math Navigator for $5 says, you catch cold ones is just Australian. Yeah.
Yes.
Or it could be you're just playing a whole lot of Warhammer, because Warhammer does have cold ones, which are not beers. They are in fact Jurassic Park style raptors that both the Dark Eldar and the Lizard Men ride. So there you go. The Dark Eldar ones look cooler, even if I'm
Like
a bigger fan of the
Jesus.
Lizard Man. Oh yeah, that's true. Jesus did ride a raptor. That's a good
Mhm.
point. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's in like Luke 42 or something like that.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Mhm.
only in the only in Codex Bezae.
Well, that's the codex that I say is authoritative for the text of the New Testament, obviously.
That's not a bad choice, honestly. It's more fun.
What am I going to do? Go with some kind of like scholarly consensus reconstruction of the original autographs? Pfft, no, get out of here.
Come on,
They don't even have Velociraptor Jesus.
rubbish.
And do you know
No.
how few bazookas are in the consensus text? It's like none.
Mhm.
That
makes
Yo,
me
is
think
you
of
free?
Rambo.
That's probably good.
You good, Nick?
We were talking about Rambo
Yeah.
yesterday. It was pretty great.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
Nick, I think you're breaking up, dude.
Literally nothing is
No.
happening. No,
He really is not.
he's not. Everything is
He's
fine.
not.
To be fair, though, I'm sure that on Fad's end there is some breakup, but that's because he's the one with the bad connection.
Oh, I think you were having some problems, man.
How long will
You
this
there?
go on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're perfect now. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, there we
so
go.
yeah, and then now comes the monkeys, okay? Yeah, and then we get menstrual cycles from this. Look, how is that possible if that's true, then why do men exist?
What?
That's a good question.
What?
I ask myself this a lot.
If menstrual
Why are men?
cycles evolved, why do
Why men?
exist? I don't even know how that's supposed to be a what about menstrual cycles precludes the existence of men?
Is it because it has men in it? Is that
I
is that the catch?
You know what I think
Because
it is?
men
I think I figured it
straw
out. I think they think
cycles.
that because they're saying that proconsul was the first primate to evolve menstrual cycles, that means that all proconsul individuals menstruated, and therefore there were no male proconsuls, according to these guys. I think that's what they're going for. I think because they didn't say females evolve menstrual cycles, they just figure that the entire population menstruated because they're idiots. That's what That's what I think is happening. Lieutenant Math Navigator for $5 says Raptor Jesus is in 2nd Matthew. Oh, of course. I forgot about 2nd Matthew. How could I forget about
yes.
2nd Matthew?
Yeah.
One of my favorite
That's
gospels.
the one that was written in Aramaic and then translated into
Greek.
Into Greek. Yes.
Yeah. What about the infancy gospel of James, though? No one ever talks about that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean, I've read it.
Yeah, it's like everybody just. Well, I mean, Amon Hillman likes to talk about it.
Well,
So
that's not terribly surprising.
mhm.
Goop23 for $5 says Fat is failing to consider that he might be the one with the problem is like a microcosm of this entire video. It's true. Oh, that is a very astute insight there, Goop23. You are very correct. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean?
We've never had
my
menstrual
God.
cycles. This
I don't.
Yeah.
menstrual cycles are
I think it's.
into one creature.
I think it's saying this is where menstrual cycles started in women. I don't know.
No, in females. In females, because again, only one species has women. You don't go look at a dog and say, is that a man or a woman? It's a dog.
But Dapper, have you ever considered what is a woman?
Okay, Kip is now hereby muted and taken off of the stream. So no more Kip anymore. Kip can't be seen or heard. I got a couple more super chat. Well, I have one more super chat, and then I have a membership chat. Lieutenant Math the Navigator for $5 says, "Of course not. 2nd Matthew is written in pre-Yiddish." Oh, right. That is accurate. And then Prosetnik Volganjelts, who's been a member for 13 months, I can read, says AIG Sacus Falorum. Thank you very much. I like it. I'll take a drink. I appreciate that. All right, I'll bring Kip back. I'll unmute him, and I'll put his picture back. He's back now. Don't you dare quote Matt Walsh at me. God.
Wow. Yeah,
My favorite thing about that entire documentary is it's just Matt Walsh walking around, making himself look like an idiot, and then proclaiming that it's you who's the idiot. Okay, Matt, sure. I guess.
That's just the playbook at this point.
I mean, yeah, it really is. Let's see. Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says they think men have menstrual cycles because they both experience their brains running out of their nose that one time. Yeah. Also, remember that one time that the Spanish described dysentery as male menstruation because they're dumb. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. Yeah, you're like, oh no, the men are menstruating. It's like, no, you're just having diarrhea because you're not used to the various bacteria in the water in South America. That's it.
How?
I don't know.
There's so does that gray monkey thing not apply to men when we evolved? What?
My God, dude.
He thinks that these are separate things.
Yes, he either thinks that male and female animals had to evolve separately as separate groups.
Yeah.
Which
I mean, that's some Ray Comfort.
Yep, that is Ray Comfort bullshit.
There, isn't it?
If the male dog evolves, then how does it wait around for a female dog to have dog babies?
It's got to wait for the female dog.
Yeah. Sexual reproduction evolved way before vertebrates. So yeah. Also, here's the thing, right? The difference here is between menstrual cycles and estrus. Humans and related animals don't have an estrus. They don't go into estrus during the mating season. They have sort of, year-round periods of fertility that occur with a relatively short cycle compared to a yearly cycle. And when they do not become pregnant, they then need to shed the uterine lining because it can't last forever. And that's the whole point of a menstrual cycle. Whereas animals with estrus rarely fail to become pregnant that one time in the year, because when you can only do it once a year, it's a pretty high priority for everyone to get the mating done. Which is why you don't have a whole lot of menstrual cycles in like deer or whatever else. That's what's happening.
Excuse
Kip,
me.
go ahead.
May I answer a question posed in the chat?
You may.
Okay, from Katie Lewis. She's
Oh,
asking. She says, I thought that the claim was that Matthew was composed in Hebrew. Is that not correct? Or are there dueling theories? So, no, there are not dueling theories. There are some crackpot apologists who will continue to maintain that Matthew was composed in either Hebrew or Aramaic and translated into Greek on the basis of the
Eusebius or something?
description, but no, it was what's his name?
Toph.
Polycarp.
Oh, okay.
It was Polycarp.
Oh, yeah.
I read Polycarp. I should know this.
Yeah.
There's also
Polycarp said
a-
that Matthew
Go
was
ahead.
composed in Hebrew. So
Polycarp
they,
can't
there's
be wrong.
there's the maintenance on that. But we can read, because when people who read Greek and know Hebrew actually read the Gospel of Matthew, you can see right on the face of it that it was definitely composed in Greek. So there are no dueling theories.
But Kip, have you considered
Wait,
Polycarp
wait.
is better than you?
Wait. But
It's
also,
a-
this is not, to me, from what I've seen in various spheres, it's more strongly tied to the Shem Tov Hebrew Matthew, which came from like the 14th century or something. And it was like, yeah, do you not know about this?
No, what is this?
Yeah, so there is a version called, the Hebrew Matthew, and it was by Shem Tov and Shaprut something. Anyway, and it was written and preserved specifically as a way to counter Christian claims. So this was
I
a
am
Hebrew
familiar
version
with
of
this, actually.
Matthew
Yeah.
Oh,
that
that's
was written
interesting.
to a Jewish community and preserved like in Hebrew because of
Yeah.
the text, and it was to counter Christian apologetics. And
Muslims bring this up.
this
Muslim
is
apologists bring this one up.
yeah, and it's one of those things
Oh, see,
where
this is how I don't know this.
this fuels most of the but Matthew was actually written in Hebrew.
Yeah.
And they go, see, there's a version preserved in Shem Tov, his writings, and they're like, this points to an older copy that he had access to or something like that. And then George Howard published a book on it and made this like super popular in the West, and that's where a lot of people start getting into this. So
a lot of
Yeah.
Muslim apologists will use it because it being a polemic text composed by a Jewish person to counter Christian claims, it also counters a lot of the claims that Christians make that are in opposition to the claims that Muslims would make.
Yeah.
And so Muslims are like, oh, but you see this original version of Matthew. And it's like, that's not an original version of Matthew, buddy.
Yeah. And you'll be shocked, Kip, to know that Nehemiah Gordon has pushed the Hebrew Matthew thing.
Oh, you don't
He's even
say.
shared
Oh,
he's
what
even
a
shared
surprise!
copies of and scans of like the manuscripts of this in Hebrew, and I'm just like, what a show.
A big part of the reason that the
Wow.
Muslim apologists do that is because of the. Okay, so Kip, you're aware of the was it like the Bible challenge for Muslims that a bunch of people like inspiring philosophy have, right? Where it's like
you're talking about the
Bible
the
dilemma
Qur-
or whatever it is.
the Quran the Quran dilemma.
Something
I
like
think
that, yeah.
is
The
what
idea
it's
is
called.
like-
Yeah.
The idea is like, okay, so the Quran says that it agrees with the scriptures that came before.
Mm-hmm.
But it obviously doesn't, right? Like that's not really a thing that is validly arguable. It doesn't actually agree with everything that's in the scriptures that it names before, like the Torah and the Gospel. Like it just
The
doesn't.
Islamic dilemma. That's
Yeah,
what they
that's
call
what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
And so this was an attempt by sub-Muslim apologists to push back on some of that, because I will give the Christian apologists this. It does seem like the Quran says that it agrees with at least large sections of the Bible that it names. And in some places it does, but in other places it obviously doesn't. So, like, Muslim apologists have to have some kind of answer for that, because it's going to come up. And that's one of the things that they pushed, is that it's actually that thing. And I couldn't remember what it was called. Galileo for 100 Argentinian pesos says, was pre-Yiddish still spoken by the time of 2 Matthews? Yes, I'm going to say yes. Wasn't it only a
Also-
liturgical language by then? Liturgical languages are still spoken by scholars. So that's who obviously
Mhm.
wrote Second Matthews. Or Second Matthew, there we
Obviously.
go.
Also,
Obviously.
just for my own sanity, he has been writing this Galileus Galilei.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no final O.
So
just...
for me, it cuts off at the second L in the Galilei.
Oh, dang.
Oh, weird. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it just gets the
Dude.
ellipsis
Oh.
after that. Lieutenant Matt
I have to say, though,
Navigator
go on.
for $5 says, I think we found 2 anthropoid orange cats who lost access to the pooled brain cell.
Good. Yes.
I have to say, though, there really is nothing more, I guess, like, sadly pathetic about Christian apologists arguing against Islamic apologists. It's really quite something.
I don't know, sometimes it's good for a laugh.
Dapper,
I mean, it's
trigger-
funny,
Hang on.
but
Have you ever seen...
Dapper,
Go ahead.
in the chat, Demon Trigger writes the Make a Surah challenge.
Oh my god. My favorite thing about the Make a Surah challenge is that it's as much of a challenge as Kent Hovind's Give Me Evidence for Evolution challenge. Because guess who gets
I don't
to
know what that
judge?
one is.
You don't know about which one?
Yes.
No.
Do you
no,
know
I don't.
about either of those challenges?
What was the Kent Hovind one?
So the Kent Hovind challenge
I feel like I've
was,
heard of that one.
he used to have financial backers who claimed that they were willing to put up
Oh,
$250,000 if you could provide
for the proof of
evidence.
evolution.
Not even proof.
Yep.
The phrasing was
Evidence.
evidence, right?
Yeah.
But when you read the
Yep.
actual terms, what evidence for evolution is evidence that it was impossible for God, the omniscient actor, to have done a thing in connection with evolution, which of course is logically impossible. But that's not what evidence
prove it
means to
negative.
normal people. And also, guess
Yeah.
who is the only person who judges whether or not you win the $250,000?
Kent Hovind.
Kent Hovind, right? The Make a
Yes.
Surah Like It challenge is taken from the Quran, which says basically, if you doubt that the Quran is revealed by God, then why don't you make a surah or chapter like one in the Quran? Of course, the problem is, who's going to judge that?
Uh-huh.
It's going to
The-
be the other Muslims who
the
think it's
person who
impossible to
issued
do in
the
the first
challenge.
place. Right. Yeah. It's just, but
Yes,
in practice, it's just going to be the other
exactly.
Muslims. And they're just going to say, no, that's not like the ones in the Quran. And the only way to make one like the was in the Quran is to just reproduce one in the Quran. And they'll say, well, you didn't make that. That was already there. It's a logically
And this is
impossible to
one
make
of
challenge.
Yeah, and this is also one of the reasons that you see a completely new quote unquote religion start rather than people supplementing texts in a lot of Christian traditions. Like, why don't they just add this to the canon? Well, because in a lot of those traditions, they consider that closed
Yep.
and not something that you can supplement. So you have someone like Joseph Smith who's like, I mean, well, what if I just like start my own? And then
Yeah.
just say that it's like a continuation, but it's also kind of an original. But you know, whatever, it's fine.
You know what, though? To all the people who say the canon is closed, people say the pronouns are closed. English changed pronouns anyway. So, I don't know.
Also, in terms of closed textual corpuses and things like that, I have to laugh a little bit. So, if
While I
your
was-
commentary gets popular enough, it basically becomes part of like the accepted corpus. So,
While
Jews
I
are-
was still a confessing Christian, I was openly in towards the end of that time. I was
Mm.
openly promoting the idea of opening the canon back up.
Hey. I'm not going to tell Christians what to do with their canon. I don't get a say in that. Maybe if I become Pope, I'll say it. I don't know. I can't. I'm pretty sure I can't be Pope though, because I'm pretty sure I would have to be Catholic.
First Pope, first dinosaur Pope.
First dinosaur Pope. Yep.
Yeah, first dinosaur Pope.
Where is it written down that dinosaurs can't be Pope? I don't think it's in there.
I don't think that's written anywhere.
Yeah. Just like there's no rule that says dogs can't play basketball. All right. Now that we got the Airbud reference in there, we'll hit play for a little bit.
I think that makes sense.
I don't know. I think it's talking about the female gray monkey things.
Thank you, Nick, for being the one who at least
yeah.
has one brain cell.
The female gray
I
monkey
currently have a
things.
death grip on my microphone because it is so frustrating to me that, Nick, you brought this guy on. Why is he here? What is he adding? Seriously, I've said this like every single time. Nick, drop this guy. He might be a fine friend to hang out with. And okay, fine. Stop bringing him on your shows. He just makes the entire thing dumber. And you're already doing a great job of that on your own. You don't need the help.
Is that
buddy.
it?
Dapper,
Is it secretly?
There are some banger comments in the chat. We have Travis Fisher with first dinosaur Pope that we know of.
True.
And Babaton follows that up with Velocipaster 2, Cerato Pope.
Yes. Let's get it done. That was such a ridiculous movie. I watched it and I was like, oh my, this is
so good.
Sure is a movie.
Love.
Which one is that?
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster. I don't know how else to describe it.
Really?
It's a
Velocipaster.
It's an Asylum Studios movie,
Yeah.
because of course it is.
A pastor has gained the power to turn into basically a were-raptor, and he and his prostitute friend have to go and defeat the bad guys.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
And
I
for
mean,
me,
Asylum
because
movies.
I'm kind of a hater. I'm like, oh, so this is if like Jonah Hex was cool. Sorry, Jonah Hex. Likers in the chat. I'm going to take some heat for that one.
I was going to propose something here, Dapper, that maybe Nick is doing this intentionally, just because he's aware that it makes him look smarter than he actually is.
But it doesn't, though. It makes him look like an
But it
idiot
doesn't.
because he
It's
brings
the
this idiot
opposite of
on.
that.
That might be his motive, right? I'm not saying you're wrong that that's his motive. What I'm saying is it's failing.
Sure, but
Yeah, you might be right about that being the
it's a
motive.
thing.
Sorry.
I'm done.
Oh, Katie Lewis has pointed out any baptized male Catholic can be a pope. A species is not specified. There you go. See that? I'm just gonna make sure I'm male, which I think I got that covered. And then I gotta go get baptized. What if I was baptized as some other thing? Could I then just be confirmed as a Catholic?
I don't know. I think you might have to go through like the conversion class.
Well,
or the
yeah. I
catechism.
mean, that would be part of the process. But as far as I know, normally, like if a Protestant or like an Eastern Orthodox Christian wants to become Catholic, they don't get rebaptized. They just go through the classes and they get confirmed. Which is also true for most Protestant denominations, if you want to convert to them, you just kind of join a church that's part of that
Yeah,
group.
you just tell them.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
For the Eastern Orthodox, if you've already been baptized in like a Catholic or a Protestant church, usually they just do the chrismation, which is an anointing with oil ceremony, which is that and confirmation. Like they have like a common ancestor sacrament going way back into like, the first millennium.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Matt the Navigator for $5 says, well, the LDS has a lot of prophets that are dinosaurs. They are run by extremely old men, much like the United States legislature.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Somewhere, wherever he is today, Dan McClellan just burst out laughing.
Good.
But I don't know, bro. None of it makes sense to me.
Yeah, man. But that's because you're
No
dumb.
shit.
That's because you're dumb, right? Like, and it's okay to be dumb. It's fine. There's nothing morally inappropriate about being an idiot, right? It's okay to just not know things or to be unintelligent. It's fine. It's the
They're not even
arrogance.
trying.
Yeah, well, they're not
Yeah.
trying. It's the lack of effort and it's the arrogance combined that really make it a problem,
Yeah.
right? If you were just someone who was like, I don't really get evolution, but I guess I just won't talk about that thing. I'll talk about whatever I do know about. Great. Kip doesn't know much about evolution. You know what he does? He doesn't go on about it. He goes on about other
Sometimes
stuff.
I ask questions too.
Yeah, it's true. Metageeky Platypus Librarian for $5 says, but Dapper, will your cloaca pass Pope Joan test?
Yikes.
That's a fair point.
That's deep lore.
Speaking of
Yeah.
sausages, AIG is a bag of bratwurst. Dr. Dan has endorsed that view with a Mothra. Thank you very much. I'll take a drink.
Also, in the chat, Lindsay Bow, or just Bow, so asks, who's in the Flames toque? Well, that's Dr. Kip Davis. Second Temple Judaism and Dead Sea Scrolls expert. PhD.
Yeah. Not an expert on
And a
anything
Flames fan.
important, though.
Mhm.
Nothing important. Like, he
And it's
can't
written
help
not
heal
even-
you.
No books.
He can't prescribe
Not
you any
even the
medication.
Flames.
Yeah. He only
No.
knows useless stuff. Like
That's
like
it.
what the formerly common final form of Lamed is, which they don't even use anymore.
Oh,
there's no
We
yeah,
Sophie
actually,
Lamed
I think,
anymore.
did find
I
a
do know
final
all
Lamed
about
in the
that.
Elephantine text last night.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Did you
Went by in the
see
chat
one?
really
I
quick,
wasn't.
Kip, but yeah, Simone and Jason were
Oh,
talking
okay.
about that. He was like,
Also,
Well, you know,
Simone,
I
you're
mean,
looking for
she's
final
always
Lamed. I think she
on
found
the
one.
lookout, so I'm not surprised.
I also want to point
She'll
out
find them.
that by giving an example that is so specific of useless knowledge, I've also admitted to knowing that it's useless knowledge. So, there's that. It's all right.
Oh,
You know,
K. Lewis specifies just baptized. It doesn't have to specifically be a Catholic baptism, just a valid Christian one.
There you go. Which I believe for the Catholic
Right.
Church means the Trinitarian formula.
that's a good question. Somebody asked,
And
"Is there
someone
a
else
rule
was
against trans
asking
women
about,
becoming pope?"
I don't know what the answer is there.
Man, for that matter.
So, someone else was asking about. Oh, here it is. Claude Simeon. I suspect dunking Baptists would want you to get dunked if you were only sprinkled, but I don't know if they've lightened up on that. I've found
that was a thing.
people
Yeah.
coming from, say, like the Methodists, who do generally do the sprinkle thing, once they join like a Baptist church or a Southern Baptist church, most of them just kind of voluntarily get fully immersed. But there's also like a social pressure because that scene in the Baptist circle is like not a legitimate full baptism. They want you to be fully
Well,
immersed. So
In the and bear in mind, I'm Canadian, so we didn't have the Southern Baptists, but
The
in my
Northern
Baptist
Baptists.
denomination,
you do have Southern
no.
Baptists in Canada, though.
we do, yeah. But at the time,
Yeah.
I don't think we did in the 70s, though. Honestly, but in my Baptist church, yes, if you wanted to be a church member, you absolutely had to be baptized by immersion.
Okay.
That was a fixed rule. So if you were baptized as an infant, it didn't count. Or
okay.
if you were
Yeah.
So even if you were
Yeah.
baptized by
You know.
immersion as an infant, it didn't count.
that
Yeah,
wouldn't
'cause
count
you-
either. But I don't know. Does
Theologically,
anybody baptize
they
The
immersed
Eastern
say
infants?
Orthodox do.
you have to
Oh,
have made the choice yourself to
Yes.
be baptized. So infants
Yep.
can't
Okay.
choose what they want to be
But yeah,
baptized.
the Eastern
do it.
Orthodox, when they baptize infants, the default is an immersion. It's actually dunking 3 times, relying
It's
on the fact
dangerous.
that very small babies actually automatically hold their breath. Like you can drop a baby in a pool and it will hold its breath for a while.
Really?
I'm not
Wow.
recommending
seen
this, but like,
those videos
yeah.
where they're just like woof, woof, woof.
yep, that's a thing.
Those were going viral quite a bit during the pandemic.
Feels
So.
Now,
traumatizing.
there have also been some Eastern Orthodox priests who've gotten in trouble for being excessively vigorous.
abusive.
Excessively
Abusive.
vigorous is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically. But also, look, if you're Eastern Orthodox and you want to get your kid baptized, just find a priest who's not going to throw your baby around, who's going to be gentle about it. I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to be that hard. I've seen priests baptize babies that are Eastern Orthodox who didn't cause neck trauma.
Seriously.
It's not that hard to do.
Also, I will say that one of my favorite viral moments from the height of the pandemic was the Catholic clergyman who was using a water gun
Nice.
to baptize. I'm like, hey man, modern problems require modern solutions.
It's true. It's true. Oh.
It's all stupid. That's why we're laughing at them.
And then
So-
we got
Yep,
And
that's
then
why we're laughing at
after the
them.
gray
Yeah.
monkey, we got a
That's
black
it.
monkey, and it's called Bronchosaur.
Dude, it's literally console and pro. Those are the only pro console. These seem like the kind of guys who spend a
console,
lot of time
really?
thinking about the Roman Empire, and yet they don't know the word
No.
console. 'Cause
Wild.
you do know that these are the
Pronounced
kind of.
Kaisar.
But seriously, you know these are the kind of guys who spend an inordinate amount of time thinking about the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I have to admit, it's not like I never think about the Roman Empire, but there's a
no.
kind of guy, and they tend to be right wingers, and it's like all they think about is the Roman Empire.
So
We're gonna get the Pax
I am-
Americana.
the shush I'm not here person writes in the chat, no love for Oriental Orthodox, frowny face.
I just don't know their baptism practices, so that's the deal there. If you do happen to know the Oriental Orthodox baptism practices, please let me know. But yeah, it's just I'm really only terribly aware of the Christian groups that are, or at least in terms of like the actual liturgical on the ground practices of Christian groups with which I am familiar as a result of like proximity, right? So like my family was Protestant when I was coming up, and we lived in a town. I actually told this to Katie Lewis on Nerd Church. My town had like 5 Catholic parishes and 4 Eastern Orthodox parishes. So when it came to Christianity, I had a lot of exposure to Eastern Orthodoxy, Catholicism, and various Protestant groups. But like, as far as I know, we did not have a single Oriental Orthodox parish or mission, for that matter. And also, 2 of those Eastern Orthodox parishes split based on whether or not they supported the then dictator of Greece.
Yikes.
Yeah, the pro-dictator people got the bigger
Wow.
building, and then the anti-dictator people were like, fine, we'll start our own parish with... Well, I'm
Blackjack
pretty
and
sure
hookers.
they probably didn't have blackjack and hookers, but they did, while I was living there, get a visit from an alleged weeping icon. So, like, I guess that's something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Okay.
didn't go
Wow.
around to see it, but I did hear about it. So,
I've
now,
always wanted to see one.
Dang.
it would be cool. It would also be interesting to do a little investigation to see just how much weeping actually occurs and what the substance is that it weeps. But
Oh, you just
I
missed
didn't
it.
get around
It
to
was weeping a minute ago.
I mean, look, I don't know. I've heard firsthand from people who went to see weeping icons that it was doing weeping stuff while they were there. I can't confirm or deny. So, I don't know. Heather Kuhn says, do you know what Metageeky meant by the Pope Joan? Yeah, it's where you test to see what's under someone or in someone's pants or under someone's robe. I'm aware. Lieutenant Math Navigator for $5 says, there are the kind of guys that spend a lot of time thinking about the Roman Empire, but the Octavian and Augustus are separate people. But think that Octavian and
Oh,
Augustus
these are the
separate
kind of
people.
guys.
Oh, sorry,
think that
yeah.
Octavian and Augustus
You
are
read it because I screwed it up. You got it.
Okay. Lieutenant Math the Navigator for 5. These are the kind of guys that spend a lot of time thinking about the Roman Empire, but think Octavian and Augustus are separate people.
There we go. Thank you.
Because I am not drinking alcohol.
I
so-
am. I'm on my second beer. It's tasty though. It's some Shock Top. I like Shock Top. Shock Top.
Oh, okay.
Sponsor me.
Yeah, that sounds
I'm-
pretty good.
I don't start drinking until later this evening.
Well, I've been up since 4 a.m. So you know what?
That's fair.
Yeah. I woke up at 4 a.m. all stressed out. And then I took a shower. And yeah, I've been working ever since. So it's beer time. It's beer o'clock, if you will. Lord beer me strength.
I am Mr. I'm not here. Writes, maybe I should shorten my YouTube handle for many reasons,
Please.
including
Yes.
it's much funnier to hear
Please.
on-screen people refer to me as shh.
Which actually, you know what? Now I feel like I should actually look up like baptism practice in the Oriental Orthodox Church because I don't know. Even though
I would
they
like to
have
know. No,
some
I'm
of my
curious.
favorite church buildings in Lalibela in Ethiopia, because they were just like, hey, what if we just took all the parts out of this rock that aren't a church and make an entire church that's one solid piece of rock? And that's freaking badass.
That is. Yeah.
I don't care what you think about organized religion or the truth claims of Christianity. The fact that some people were like, let's just carve an entire church into this giant boulder. And then they actually freaking did it. And then they did it several more times. awesome. Absolutely
Yeah.
awesome. Plus, like I was saying, that abugida that is used for Amharic and Ge'ez,
Mhm.
peak Semitic writing system right there.
Yeah.
Sorry Hebrew,
So
sorry Arabic. It's better. And not because it goes
Yeah.
left to right, although it does help as an English brain person for it to go left to right.
But also, I will say that as cool as Amharic looks, and it does look extremely cool, calligraphy-wise, I still gotta give it to Arabic.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that one.
Yeah.
I mean, once you decide that you're just not going to do representational art and all you're going to do is geometric stuff and calligraphy, you get pretty damn good at calligraphy. And boy, did the Arabic scribes get real good at calligraphy. Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe I missed this. Dingo Pave corrected me in the chat to say how to pronounce their name. So thank you. Somehow I missed that.
I missed it too. But then again,
Okay.
you're much better at keeping track of chat than I am, so.
I'm also not running the stream, so that's pretty
That's
easy.
fair. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, yeah, that even checks out because like when Chesh is producing for me on the Star Trek show, I'm better at following the chat than she is, even though I'm also the GM.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point.
And the only reason I'm able to do it for Kip is because there's only 2 of us generally on the panel, and we're screen sharing things that I don't have to like personally engage with. I'm just putting them up there so I can just look at the chat the whole time.
All right.
I'm not educating folks.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give Kip until I tell him he has to stop. You're not gonna know how long it is. So
no.
go fast. Quick.
That's
go.
terrible.
Start right now. Go.
Budget Scripture Saturday is tonight with my co-host Nitty and Dr. Tapioca Weasel. We're going to be watching some terrible stuff that's also hilarious and drinking. So come out and watch.
Nice.
On Wednesday, I'm going to be with the Detroit Atheist Queen. I'm not entirely sure what her channel is called, but I think if you just type that into the YouTubes, you'd find it. So that's Wednesday morning, either at 10 or 11 Pacific. I'm also not entirely sure. On Thursday evening, it's what's that one called? Kiriati Breet, my Hebrew reading show with Jason Hare, who has a secret crush on Wes Huff. I learned
not secret.
yesterday. It's not secret. No, it's very overt. He's gunning. So, and then yeah, we'll be back. Vish and I will be back on Friday. And actually, I have to talk to you about something
won't.
after. No, would you
will.
not be there?
I will be out of town next weekend.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we don't have to talk about anything then. Nice, sweet.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So,
all right.
Let's
so, Vish, what do you got?
Tomorrow we're going to be doing the stream with
Yes.
Erica and yourself and Dr. Dan, I
Dan.
think.
Yep.
And then I've got a really kind of crazy busy week. But I will not be here next Saturday. I'll be out of town at a retreat.
Boo.
And yeah, those are the primary things I have coming up this week. So
All right.
hopefully I will have some good news soon.
All right. So what's coming up? As Vishanti said, tomorrow at, I believe, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are going to be on with Erica and Dan over on Erica's channel. We are going to be trying to raise some funds for Vish's housing needs, which, by the way, that has gone up another few dollars since we've been talking, so I'll add that. We're at 5,046 now, so thank you very much.
Cool.
Then on Tuesday, I will be here with presumably Chesh. I'm pretty sure she's good. I've sent her the thumbnail and she liked it. And I did earlier this morning say, hey, we good for Tuesday? So I'm presuming that we're going to be good, but, got to double check. Then on Thursday at noon my time, so that's 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing the final part of the geocentrism thing, which, by the way, YouTube's been making it tough on a lot of channels, including mine lately. So if you could go watch some of those videos, maybe share them, I would really appreciate it because, if the current
sharing is caring.
Yeah, if the current trajectory holds, I got to be honest, the channel has a finite amount of time left. It's not a finite amount of time, but it is a finite amount of time, and I would rather the channel be indefinitely sustainable. So, in other words, yeah, the channel's not doing super hot, in the last couple months. So yeah, please go watch a few of those videos. Then on Friday, there will be something on Top Hats Off. I am hoping it will be the next episode of Star Trek Adventures with Star Trek Endurance with Kip and Chesh and Craig and Zerolon and Tiri and Maddie and Jordan, and I think that's it. And me.
Note to the chat, just so that it becomes something that people need to pay attention to. If you want a Glorios cookie stamp, let Jillian Wren know so she can give the final number to the Potters.
Yeah, you can make your own Glorios with real Targ milk and authentic sugar crystals.
Excellent.
Yes. No fake sugar
Where do you get real Targ milk?
From a Targ.
From Targs.
So you have to. But if I wanted to make
Target
real
milk,
Glorios,
Go buy a Targ.
and I got I'd have to go buy a Targ. Where would I go find
You
one?
could buy them
to
or
purchase?
find them in the wild, but
Yeah, go to Klotmosh.
In the wild?
Yeah.
Klotmosh. Is that
Klotmosh.
somewhere that a Klotmosh?
Well,
That's a
it's uvular.
whatever.
It's
No.
a
It's a
uvular
place
African.
that I can actually go to,
Yeah, you just gotta get a spaceship.
like a spaceship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. What if I don't have
Well,
a
then you're
spaceship
SOL.
and
buddy.
I want
Well, that
Targ
sucks.
milk?
Gonna have to get someone to ship
Import.
it in for you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be expensive.
Can you get some for me?
Apparently Jillian Wren can, so ask her.
I guess Jillian can.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So then on Saturday, of course, I will be back, and I believe Kip will be back, but Vishanti will be off at some retreat doing important things without me.
Weird.
Learning how to become a rabbi. God.
Unbelievable. All right. Thank you very much,
Priorities.
everybody. Yeah, so please, if you're interested, come over to the server. We're going to be watching, I believe, episodes 5 and 6 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters in our Godzilla marathon that we're doing. And then after that, don't talk to me. I'm taking time off. I'm doing a weekend. And if I talk to you, that means you can talk back to me. But otherwise, I don't want to hear from anybody. I'm taking the time off.
I wonder if there's.
I'm being a curmudgeon today.
Why?
Yeah.
I wonder if there's if there is a customs fee on Targ milk
Probably.
coming across the U.S. border. It feels.
It doesn't have to come across the U.S. border. Just land the ship in
Well,
Canada.
no. I'm just because I'm Jillian. Jillian is not sure she can send it across the border. Is what she's telling me.
Jillian, just direct the freighter
So-
to land in Canada real quick. And take a cut on,
Just-
like for
just
commission.
real quick.
Finder's fee. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Stay safe out there.
Me too.
And finally, ICE must be
Ice must be
abolished.
destroyed.
Hey, before you leave, I just want to take a second to thank patrons and channel members, especially those pledging $20 or above.
Siluf, Benthovend, Tapioca Weasel, Sphincter of Doom, Regios, Landon, Ian Chen, Eleron Teller, Phil Rivara, Kelvin Brostig von Manen, David Hercules, Joshua Geese, Pegajace, The Plastic Mouse, Arrow Dodger, Gordon Love Science, Ember Athelian, Prixie Purple, Agricola Siqua, Me, Myself, and I, Edwin M., Kenneth Swenson, Lance Hall, and John Ackerman.
It's because of my channel members and patrons whom you're seeing on screen that this channel can stay afloat. Without you, it would all shut down. If you want to join the team, there's a link to join the channel below this video, and there's a link to join the Patreon in the description. On the Patreon, you can get a 15% discount for pledging annually, and either way, you get early access to virtually all of my scripted videos months before they come out for the general public. Thanks for watching.